Fragcom. I know a lot of you have already seen a few videos from a few YouTube fragrance reviewers. I just wanted to extend my hand to the family, our fragrance family, but also Alan Alvarez, his family. This gentleman was someone's son, someone's husband, and someone's father. He recently passed away, and you know, it's there's always in our fragrance community, we always make a little bit of noise when someone's channel goes down, or you know, a fragrance reviewer decides to quit. This is a whole different story. This is a life that is gone. Our YouTube fragrance community has never really been hit with such an emotional toll. Personally, for me, I've never had the chance to meet Alan or speak with Alan. However, I do feel that this is obviously a community. The outreach has been simply outstanding. Daver did an excellent video. He was very blessed to have met Alan, spent some time with him. From what I've seen, again, I haven't personally met the gentleman, but what I've seen as far as this hobby goes, he was very passionate about the hobby, and that's something. Because of our shared passion, Alan, you know, we're automatically brothers or family. You know, anybody that goes on camera and shows their passion on YouTube, I truly look up to them. This is not something that's easy to do, and we just need to keep in mind as a YouTube fragrance community. I know a few months back there was a little bit of tension going through. There's things bigger than this, so I just wanted to extend my sincere condolences to Mr. Alvarez's family, friends, anybody that has personally known him. To our fragrance community, I want to applaud everybody that took the time for Mr. Alvarez, that enjoyed his channel, and I'm sure a lot of you have learned quite a bit. Not only that, but have you know, had interaction with him and just enjoyed our hobby. I do understand there is a page to help out the family. I'll put a link down below. And just wanted to pay respects to the family and the fragrance community. Even though I didn't know him personally, it still felt around our beautiful community. I know that this video will get quite a bit of views on YouTube, so I wanted to take some time and have as many eyes and ears on this portion dedicated to Mr. Alvarez. This video is dedicated to him, my top 10 Creed fragrances. Hopefully you enjoy, my friend, and just didn't feel right to do a video before touching upon this subject. So with a heavy heart, I will I know that Alan would want us to obviously continue throwing our passion out there, and continue doing videos. So this one's for you, buddy. Is YouTube ready for a Creed top 10? Let's go. Hey YouTube fragrance family, welcome to my top 10 Creed fragrances of all time, from my personal collection and obviously my personal taste. I have 20 Creeds in front of me. That is my whole collection right now. I have some of the most popular here in front of me, and I'm gonna let you guys know from my taste and my interaction with these beautiful juices, let you guys know what I think is the top Creed of the crop. So this is 2 videos in one. First, this is the top 5 Creed tag, which Mr. Ryan from Rise Frags 34 tagged me on, so he wanted me to be a part of the top 5. Now, since this is a 2-in-1, this is going to be a top 10 list. However, if you just want to see the tag of the top 5 creeds in my list, you can speed it up and not see number 10 to 6. I'll put a link down below for you guys to click on and start it at 5. Now, this list I know will get a particular amount of traffic because of the name Creed and the word top 10. I wanted to mention that this is my personal preference of a list. This is not recommendations for you. Again, with all fragrance and lists, you should take every list as a grain of salt. My nose does not mean it's going to be the same as your nose. So these type of lists, you can go on anybody's list, top 5 tags, and see that they're different. Very different from reviewer to reviewer for very good reason. These lists are more personal, and it all depends on your journey you take with the scent too. For me, you know, I didn't start with Aventus. A lot of you out there may have started with Aventus from Creed. I started the journey very different, actually. I started with Himalaya, this silver bottle right here. So my journey was different, and obviously because my journey is different, a lot of Creeds do have kind of like a background story, and that's why they make it higher on the list. So first, I wanted to thank you to Ryan for tagging me from Rise Frags 34. I know it's a top 5, buddy, and hopefully you do like the top 10. But if you want to skip to the top 5, no worries there. Hopefully you're not too upset about that. I will be tagging one of my personal favorite reviewers, a fellow Canadian. You're going to know at the end of this video who I'm going to be tagging. One of my best buds in this YouTube fragrance community. So keep it tuned in for that. So let's start off the top 10 at, obviously, number 10. At number 10, this fragrance right here, great for spring. But you can say that about almost all these fragrances right here. It is the white bottle, Silver Mountain Waters, number 10 on my list. This and Himalaya right here kind of go hand in hand. They bring out the kind of freshness that you would think of ice cold water, snow, mountaintops. Silver Mountain Water just does it better in my opinion. It does have just that, I don't know, that upscale scent to it that I absolutely love. It's a little, it has more of that Creed DNA than Himalaya does. If that really does make sense. I enjoy wearing this in the spring. Obviously, it's probably the best season for it. But which Creed isn't, right? A lot of them are made for spring. This is signature scent worthy, excellent quality, and can be number 1 on anybody's list. Silver Mountain Water is a great fragrance from the House of Creed. At number 9, here comes the haters. Number 9 is Aventus. Yeah, that low. Is it low? Well, really, with all these great fragrances in front of me. So how am I going to defend this not being number 1 on my list? Well, it could be number 1 on my list, to be quite honest. Any of these top 10s, any fragrance in this top 10 could be number 1. For myself, the journey with Aventus was a slow one, to be quite honest with you guys. And a lot of you that have followed me from the start, and when I first purchased this and gave my first impression of it, you guys know I wasn't a huge fan of Aventus when it first came out. It didn't show that familiar Creed quality that I came to expect from, you know, Millesime Imperiale, Green Irish Tweed, Silver Mountain Water. I owned probably at least a dozen Creeds before I purchased Aventus. So I had that Creed DNA in my mind, and when I first smelt it, this did not have that Creed DNA. It was very much different. That is a good thing and a bad thing in a way. However, it is taken off in the fragrance community for the past several years since it's been released. Again, this is a personal list of mine, and it's right where it should be at number 9. I value other Creeds before this one, but very well worthy of a top 10 list. So compliment getter, signature scent worthy. It's not as fresh as a lot of these are, so it does have that a little bit of how can I say, a little bit of robustness to the fragrance too. The birch kind of gives it that smokiness that really kind of makes it a little less fresh than your run-of-the-mill GIT, Original Vetiver, Millesime, Imperiale, and things like that. So it really does draw you in, and compliment getter times 10. This thing really does. And it really pushes. A lot of these Creeds Some of them don't really push like longevity and projection. This one really does. Every time, I know when I oversprayed Aventus, and I spray 3-4 times, and in the office people can smell me. Usually it's a good reception to it, but it does engulf the office sometimes. So Aventus. Now number 8, I am gonna go with Windsor. Yes, this is not a familiar Creed bottle. This is decanted. Obviously at the time they didn't have these beautiful bottles for Windsor, so I had to go with this kind of look. Windsor was a scent when it first got released, was obviously not in the original lineup. It was something that I felt was unappreciated in the fragrance game. I remember when this got released, Jardin d'Amalfi, and really this wasn't getting that much love. The people that did love it loved it, but it wasn't getting that much traction as far as hype, we'll say. Now, I would actually think, now that it's called Royal Mayfair, I think it even gets less appreciation, to be quite honest. The death of it was pretty much the next big release after Aventus in the men's game. Windsor really kind of, whatever was released after Aventus in the men's game was kind of going to get that death, just because this was going more mainstream, way more mainstream, and people were anticipating the next men's release from the House of Creed. However, I really like that Windsor has a different aspect to it. It still has some freshness to it, but I absolutely really like how different it is. At number 8, Windsor. Now number 7, possibly the most unisex in this whole list, would have to be Jardin d'Amalfi. Jardin d'Amalfi, a great unisex fragrance, men, women. Easy to throw on, great for spring, great for summer. It has quite a bit of fun aspect to the fragrance because of the fruitiness in this fragrance, but it really is something that is dumbed down a little bit. Some actually say that the quality is not that high with Jardin d'Amalfi. I would say just because it's more of a fun fragrance, that's why. Fairly steady in my rotation. As you can see, I put quite a dent in this bottle. That's a lot for me in a collection like mine. Jardin d'Amalfi, always gearing for one of my top 20 spots in spring or summer. Sometimes even gearing for that number 1 spot. So one that I absolutely love wearing during that time. Now at number 6, something a little more robust. Where is it? There it is. Big bottle here. Spice and Wood. Now, Spice and Wood, a rougher composition that you'd come to expect from the other counterparts from this list. Spice and Wood is a darker fragrance from Creed, even though it has that Creed aspect that it kind of muffles the darkness of the notes. It's no joke or no secret that I love my darker scents, my rougher tobaccos, leathers, things like that. This is a perfect balance of Creed DNA and the use of spice and wood, like the name suggests. Very nicely done. I'm so happy. There's still quite a bit of juice left, but this is something that I might have to get a little bit more and may get myself another full bottle of this stuff. This is great stuff. At number 6, Spice and Wood. At number 5, we're gonna go with a vaulted fragrance. Per se, this is Sélection Verte from Creed, obviously. Sélection Verte obviously has made very high marks on my list. It is one of the best in the collection, if not the best, making a transparent and refreshing feel to the scent. The citruses, the mint in here, top notch. One that actually blew me away from first sniff. Now, this was a blind buy. I got one of my splitters to split this. I got 100 mils. I didn't even get 100 mils of Windsor or any, and surprised myself with this stuff. I'm like, oh, thank God, 100 mils of good juice. Sélection Verte was absolutely outstanding. By far the most transparent Creed, and does a great job to it. It just reminds me of like 1861 from Xerjoff, how transparent citrusy it is. Very well done in the hot, humid weather. At number 5, Sélection Verte, a part of the Green Monster. I'm not done with the Green Monster, by the way. At number 4, the Pina Colada of the fragrance game, guys. Really one of my favorites. I already went through half my bottle. I still have the blue cap. What can I say about the Pina Colada? Very unique imagery to the scent. You know, not a lot of fragrances kind of give you that feel to the fragrance, that scent. Virgin Island water is one of my favorites for summer. It has made numerous top 20 lists for summer, mostly in the realm of number 1 to number 5 spot. I don't think it has even budged since I've purchased it from that spot. So undoubtedly it makes top 5 for Creed of all time. At number 4. Now at number 3, it is something that's close to my heart. Not only did I wear Virgin Island water in Aruba when I got married with my wife, that was pretty much my go-to, wearing it at the beach, going out for supper, things like that. But what was my wedding day scent? And this is why it's so high. This is Millesime. Look, I went for Neroli Sauvage here. Where is that yellow? There she is. Millesime Imperiale at number 3. Now, Millesime Imperiale, obviously, again, makes this list very personal, is because it's my wedding day scent. It's always going to be top 3 for me. A Creed that has been number 1 on my summer lists before. You can see it has quite a dent into it as far as wearings go. Millesime Imperiale, one of my favorite Creeds of all time, at number 3. I can't go wrong with that. And again, it's all about the journey for this list. At number 3, Millesime. At number 2, talking about the green-headed monster. The green-headed monster is a monster. I'm not lying when I keep talking about this green-headed monster. Creed does green fragrances so freaking well. There's several in this list that are very green, and they're absolutely gorgeous. At number 2, one of the best in the game. This is Green Valley. Now, this is one of my younger Creeds in my collection. I think it's one of the last ones that I've purchased, and that's why the dent's not so big. Green Valley was a blind buy. I heard through word of mouth that it was a great fragrance. I think I paid maybe $300 online for this bottle. But it was, brand new, untouched. I had to get it because it really was getting scarce on the internet. It made a huge impact on me from first sniff. And I was scared. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. It really has that springtime feeling. It has some roughness to it. It's no Sélection Verte. Sélection Verte is very transparent. This has some transparency to it, but it has some thickness to it, just like Green Irish Tweed does too. So you can almost wear this as the signature scent. It really has that GIT kind of feel. It takes a lot from quite a few of Creeds. I can pinpoint a few fragrances here, or a few notes from different Creeds that went into Green Valley. However, that green theme, one of the best in the game. At number 2, Green Valley. Now, number 1. Now, picking a number 1 from any list, again, like I said earlier in this video, this is a personal taste. This is not my recommendation to you. This is very personal. It depends on your journey. It depends on how many times you wore it during great events. How easy it is to wear. This fragrance has check mark for everything. Signature scent worthy. It has just enough longevity, projection, signature scent worthy, dress up, dress down, basically anything, anywhere. Creed really is a versatile fragrance house. They are signature scent worthy, especially if you're living in a warmer climate. For me, I'm in Canada. Most of these Creeds kind of get vaulted for 6 months, and then I bring them out and I'm like, oh my god, the quality for spring and summer is absolutely outstanding. No other brand can do it as far as spring and summer goes. For winter, these guys suck. Simple enough. At number 1, the black bottle. This is not where it started. This was my second purchase of Creed. Himalaya again was number 1. But they were purchased like a month apart, not even, weeks apart. GIT, often imitated, never duplicated. Released in the 80s and still relevant today. Means quite a bit for a fragrance. Not too many fragrances released in the 80s are still making a mark like GIT is doing currently for our brand. Before Aventus was born, this was the fragrance to start your Creed journey. It still is, personally for me. I think this has multiple number ones on my spring lists, multiple top 10s in spring, summer, and any kind of list. I've never went a year without GIT in the spring and summer in my top 10. It is a must reach for me when spring pops around. The black bottle is basically where I fell in love with Creed. Again, it is your personal journey, so you could say, Aventus, this is where I started, you know, this is what excites me from the brand. For me, it was always GIT. This is where the buck stops. It started here, and that's the reason why this collection is like this. It went bloop, 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 bloop. So number one, GIT, for multiple reasons. The black bottle is always going to have that crown, that number one spot. Any of these top in this top 10 are absolutely bonkers. They could be number one on anybody's list, to be quite honest. Now, I am tagging. Who am I tagging to do this top 5 Creed? I am going to tag Chad from Gentleman's Journey, his channel, fellow Canadian, friend of mine. I told him I was going to tag him, and he knows me. I told him like a month ago. Ryan's been patiently waiting for me to do this video. So Ryan, thank you for your patience. I know a lot of people ask, video ideas, things like that from me, and I always, I try to be as quick or as much as possible, make a video for you guys. So Ryan, thank you so much for your patience. Chad, I can't wait to see what you pick, because I want to hear your thoughts. That's why I picked you. I want to see what your top 5 Creeds would be, if you had to choose them. And I just want to finish up this list to say, keep it tuned in. I am going to have a bonus video on these top 20 Creeds. Did I just say top 20? Yes, I did. So the ones that didn't make the list, Acier d'Aluminum, Erolfa, and many others, I'm going to break them down in my list. Who didn't make the, there's some great juice here. Royal Oud, Bois du Portugal didn't make the list. Original Vetiver, Original Santal. So keep it tuned in. I'm going to have a bonus video for you guys this week, bringing down number 20 to number 11. So thank you, fragrance community, for all your love during this journey. Hopefully you enjoyed my top 10 list. You guys can comment below if you wish to do so with your own top 5 or top 10 Creeds or your number 1. If you agree or disagree with me, you can even put in the comments, where's what's Portugal? Where's Arolfa? But thank you for watching, guys. Have a good one.